Still, that was fun. Felt good about that. So pop back to the Chaos Marketplace. Yep, you're going to see if you can intercept that flyer in time. You're just going to kind of stand around uselessly, I guess. I guess sit around would be more accurate. Yeah, I don't need another infiltrator, but you can go off and scout. Catch the runner. Soldier is exhausted and needs to rest. Yep, I know. Where is this Fort Ares? I guess you're heading over there to help with that. And Guided by Whispers is happening soon, so I'm actually going to update this pre-Whispers so that I'm not redoing hours of gameplay. I think I already have access to that. I'm really most interested in research like Berserker class. To be a living weapon. There's a whole other thing for living weapons. So hopefully this team will be healed up before... Oh! Attack repelled. I'm not needed here.
Research complete.
Field reports are indicating that some Pandorans of the Arthron and Triton types are gradually developing resistances and counters to our weaponry. While this process in some ways resembles traditional evolution, it is clearly a much more directed process. Rather than adapting to evolutionary pressure, the Pandorans are being adapted with a goal in mind: the eradication of humanity. Well, we're still going to go visit. Get some tech. What? He's unmutated? And I was going to say relatively affordable, but that's a lot of materials, to be honest. I don't really have a use for a base technician at the moment, although those turrets... Oh boy, those turrets. I don't think I can justify that expense at the moment, though.
Construction complete.
Mere anarchy. According to a rumor, a man in a Synedrian haven killed several people while hallucinating that he was being pulled into a tomb by the ghoulish creatures that have been haunting his dreams for several weeks. There is a similar rumor about a woman in New Jericho Haven killing her family. It's not clear whether these two are similar incidents, or whether both rumors are based on the same event. What's certain is that reports of visual and auditory hallucinations are increasing. Havens in the Mist can become infested instead of destroyed when attacked by Pandorans. Infested havens accelerate Pandoran evolution. We're losing our moral compass, if we ever had one. All diplomatic penalties and rewards are halved. Sexy.
Construction complete.
Hey, my second training facility is up and running. Take advantage. You know what? Yeah, I'll take her. Come join the team. Okay, fully healed. We got 17 hours before this mission goes off. The cause. Fort Slobodar. Our operatives have made contact with the New Jericho Haven of Fort Sloboda? 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 Where a crowd has gathered in the main square to listen to a speech given by Tobias West on a large view screen. Commander Chola invites our operatives to participate. In his speech, West denounces all other human factions as traitors to the cause of human will made manifest through individual action, to cheers from the crowd. He does caution, however, that some have embraced this treason by mistake and may yet be swayed by reason. We'll make no mention of the speech. Inspired by West's speech, Commander Chola decides to share some resources with us. He believes that we understand and respect West's cause, and that we can help it triumph over the dangerous ideologies promoted by Synedrian and the disciples of Anu. Cool. I just keeping my mouth shut. What's that saying? Better to keep your mouth shut and be thought a fool than speak up and confirm it. I really would have loved to encounter a vehicle scavenging mission. You know, that really would have tied the room together. Gonna buy some tech here. And I'm gonna come here and use it to buy food back. Then you're gonna go hover over here. Aurora can do some trading as well, I guess. The Manticore 2 has landed near a small river and what looks to be an old fishing village. The village is abandoned, but suddenly a woman approaches our operatives. Her clothes are ragged and she is bleeding from the eyes, but she doesn't seem to notice. You must leave an offering to the new god, she tells our operatives. Let's ignore the woman and search the site. A search of the site reveals some useful resources, but the woman continues to get in their way, babbling about making an offering to the new god. It seems that she is the last surviving member of a cult that split away from the disciples of Anu a few years ago, claiming that the Exalted is a false prophet. Less stamina, bonus foods. Strange that none of these guys have bionics, but so many of the Anu units are mutated. I'm struggling to get my head around that. I want you, but I will never be able to justify that cost for a priest. Manticore 1 is flying over Bakunin. Yep, we will return later. Now we're just seconds away, so we're going to do a final save file just to ensure we can do what we want. What we need. All about that arbitrage. Seconds away. Seconds away. The time mission guided by whispers has expired. No further actions regarding it are possible. Are you serious? So this is why we had that save file, right? So maybe we need to get in there when there's 1 hour to spare or something. Or maybe it is just diplomacy locked. Re-arbitrage. It's not what I want to do at all, though. Okay, look. That's on me, guys. I've just got so many things flying around. Like, it's easy to, like, end up unpausing right at the moment that an auto pause is. Like, you're pressing space to pause right at the moment that an auto pause happens because your planes are flying around. So I missed the timer again. Let's get some tech. 8 food for 2 tech is a pretty good deal. Even that's a reasonable deal. We're gonna come back here, get some of that food back. Why can't I join in the Synedrian defense? So it must be a diplomacy situation. Man, I have so little Now this isn't what I want to do, but I really want to know what happens if I sell the secret. Don't want to let the mission time out. It's my favorite mission. But my diplomacy with everyone is so low. Everyone hates me, guys. We're in February and everyone hates me. Oh, I guess we're going in. Sorry, Synedrian. I know we're meant to be allies and all. It is a worthy ability at almost all times. Do have a single personal defense weapon. I want them technicians. Them he has. Why can't I has them? Oh, you need Styx armor. I need to make you some sticks armor. There's a thing I need to do for you. I'm sorry, Synedrian, I didn't want it to be this way, but you haven't left me with a huge amount of choice. I mean, I say that, but there's definitely a lot of choice. Yeah, all I have is these mid-range ones, hey. You get robotic arm and mounted weapon proficiency, which I think this gives as well. Yeah. Okay, so there's no point giving her that. I can just put some heavy armor on her. She won't be able to jet jump very effectively, but that's fine. She's probably going to be a infiltrator. I'd like to have an infiltrator sniper. Don't know how much I want Pain Chameleon, as the general idea for her will be to not get caught. Gunslinger, good get out of jail free card as we saw, but I'm fine with not having it for now. As I said, you need your armor. Who knows what to do with you? You need a lot of help. So I mean 50 will get us both of these. More likely I think to get Rage Burst than Adrenaline Rush with this particular guy. I could give him another melee weapon, but I've been pretty happy with his current setup, except that his accuracy is quite suboptimal. Well, it's a big buff here, 12%, so it's only actually minus 2% accuracy. It's not that bad. I could get him Breathe Mist at some point. Kind of regret giving this guy Hunker Down. Again, if he's going to be an infiltrator, the aim is to have him hidden and not taking damage. But we'll deal with that later. Let's get in there. I'm sorry, Synedrian. It's very antithetical to my playthrough, but my favorite mission. I can't not do it. I'll make it up to you some other way, I guess. All right.
I'm prepared.
Scream. Yeah, sneaky boy.
I'm going in.
I need you to get up there and show us what's what. Lewd Warriors. You are facing an array of the pure, called the Lewd Warriors. Their leader is Valigar, using the tactic Experimental Drugs. All lowest tier friendlies gain 10 regeneration. Makes no sense for the pure to have this. Yeah, anyone on the Phoenix Rising team, if you're watching this, a little bit of feedback there. It doesn't seem very lore friendly for the pure to have access to what is described here as tissue regeneration and experimental drugs. Like, what drug are you giving a purely cybernetic, at this point, organism? You know, I realized there would need to be like specific bits of code added to implement the pure not having access to that, though. I'm not overly offended.
Watch out, I'm moving in.
Yeah, same. Look how little that Overwatch range is. I might as well have just jumped. You're gonna swap to your sniper rifle for return fire. You're just gonna push forward. Sorry about the interrupted recording there, folks. My
Receiving
wife
loud and
needed to
clear.
come in and talk to me, and I didn't have the most cohesive response to that
Sprinting.
situation. It's not the word I was looking for. Measured, considered, thought out. Anyway, I panic stopped the recording and then realized that I still had a unit moving and I should have waited a moment and then stopped. So then I started again and then stopped, and now we've started again, and here we are.
Applying kinetics.
Oh, the defenders are ranked as well. That's cool. Or that, or it's just a different squad. I haven't seen this graphic yet. I haven't fought against Synedrian because they're my allies. You are facing a Synedrian squad called the Alpha Barbarians. Their leader is Bono. Using the tactic starting volley, allies' first attack with firearms costs 1 AP less.
Termination order.
Ooh, good shot.
Time for direct action.
I don't feel like that sniper shot was actually reduced to 2 AP.
Activating.
Like, they just don't seem to have the right amount of movement left. Well, at least they're focus firing with their snipers. It's not enough, because they haven't killed this guy.
Let's problem solve. Here's a kinetic argument.
Okay, that's an infiltrator. Ooh, that's a Helios. So I guess it's a Helios with lasers from the Chaos Engines expansion. That's awesome. I haven't seen one of these yet. Yeah, so I guess you have to be in a really high diplomatic relation with Synedrian to be able to help their defense. So you've got, you know, until early February to get basically like allied or supportive with Synedrian. Ooh, that one has a Synedrian weapon. The Master's Tools. That was a shotgun. So that'll be an Anu weapon. That's the Bulldog, as you'd expect. I don't know how much longer that Helios is going to be around.
Ready.
The problem is, everyone I can see are the Synedrian units, which are not the ones I want to be focused on killing right now. So you're going to pop up here. Oh, it's still in reasonably good nick. Yeah, it has a laser cannon. Effective range 82. What's the range on this sniper rifle? 120, okay. Yeah, so it's not as good as a sniper rifle. But, sorry, hit my mic again. It hits hard. That's 240 damage. Wowzers. See, what is this nonsense? Well, we'll do what we can, I guess. I forgot I had this. Regain 2 action points, and then we can cannon this guy in the back. Or miss him and hit his shield. Get your sniper rifle back out for a more accurate return fire, please and thank you.
I was born ready.
So you're gonna push forward. They're gonna clutter up the battlefield with some extra bogeys. Long-range bombardment. Oh, its shield is gone. I mean, the Hell Cannon obviously did a lot of damage to it, but whew, he actually took out a shield. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thought it? Okay, Sophia, you're gonna sneak around the back for me. So hopefully this isn't one of those ones where Synedrian just starts targeting us. Because that does happen sometimes. They just ignore the pure and go after you. But most of my units are still hidden at the moment. Oh, actually dazed him. Wild. So we're going to return fire at the Espedo with our Berserker. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to take out the Pure. That laser does some damage though. Wowzers. And we did 1 damage to it with our sniper. Whoa, this thing is a beast. What a beast. I mean, it's like a... That's more damage than a Hell Cannon. It's like a shotgun blast to the face. But instead of being multiple pellets, like it's all one. It's two projectiles, so reducing the armor debuff. So a good job to the modding on this has made these two these two forces way more evenly matched. In vanilla, this was like always just a bloodbath, like just the pure slaughtering Synedrian. I mean, I know the Aspida over there is a bit random, but they've also got all the extra snipers, and they've been able to use them a little more intelligently. And I think we're just docking out of our sight, to be honest. I do not want that thing shooting at me.
Ready to engage. Just suppressing.
Damn. Got him.
Here's a little trick I know.
There's more bogeys. Always more bogeys. So you're gonna run up here. Probably gonna need you to grenade this Aspida for me at some point. But again,
Can't wait.
just on the slightest of off chances, you are also going to.
Taking aim. Let's do this.
Shielding down. I was really hoping to take out one of the lasers, but I guess the answer's no. At least she's still hidden. Yes, keep slaughtering those pure and ignoring me. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Taking offensive action.
Oh wow. Assault actually took one out. It's not expected. The pure are getting
Engaging.
given the business. Given the business. Okay, what you got for us? Go on. What you got to do, Pure? Oh, yep, okay. Close range PDW, it's gonna do a fair chunk of damage if it spends its whole turn doing this. Why didn't they focus fire this sniper and like kill it? That seems like, you know, the sort of thing I would have done. That here's how I would have approached it. Shoot a candy cane at it. Damn. Well, it did take out a weapon, so that's something.
Acquiring target.
Didn't want to waste any more will points. She's not going to be able to do anything else particularly valuable this turn. Oh, it is good to be invisible though, let me tell you. Are you serious?
Ready, willing, and able. Moving in quick. There.
Keep forgetting of what these are, spider drones.
Here I am. Let's do this.
Random Overwatch, still better than no Overwatch.
In my sights.
I mean, I'm killing off the Synedrian troops way quicker than I'm killing off the Pure, so I'm sort of changing the flow of this battle. Yeah, no, I'm good with you just being there.
I don't think they want to talk.
Yep, that's going to return fire now, though. Not that that wasn't a good attack. Did take out its head.
Doing my part.
Well, yeah, there's an infiltrator over there somewhere. I want that -1 AP tactic. I want to recruit that leader as part of the my Phoenix Point squad.
Comms online.
Haha, you missed. Why is it even trying to make that shot? When yeah, there's a sniper right there to kill. Let's say emptying flesh particles. Okay, should die from bleeding.
Ready.
Watch out, I'm moving in.
Receiving.
Let's just make sure. Oh yeah, he's dead.
In my sights. There, that was just a warning shot.
Was it though? I mean, like, was it really?
Rolling out.
There's this extra enemy. Yeah, I already knew about him.
I'm on the move.
Why are you still wasting my time with him?
Ready to engage.
Oh well. It was worth a try, right? I mean, not really, but there's still a infiltrator around there somewhere.
Watch this.
So you know, grenades, the great revealer. One of the secret modes on the grenade launcher is being really good at revealing invisible enemies or undiscovered enemies. Push forward. Push forward. I know there's an infiltrator there and I could go blow it up, but kind of just want to mess with this instead. Yep, gonna die straight away, so I have to re-click. That's just a little bug I've noticed in the mod. Sometimes when something happens automatically at the start of a turn, like someone bleeding out, it will require you to press the enter button confirmation twice. Sorry about the bang there. Okay, infiltrator took out the turret. Obviously, this guy hasn't spotted the infiltrator yet.
I'm prepared. I'll be right there.
Found him. Found him.
Ready to rock. Now
Oh, no.
get you. Let's blast them. Hostile down.
Oh no.
Finger on the trigger.
Okay.
Med alert's going off.
You have been removed from combat. And I still can't get an Overwatch
Area covered.
on the bloody sniper. So you're gonna run in and do your job and probably take a hit from it. That's what you're for. You are here to tank.
Come get some.
Okay, yep, no, that's not a good idea. We'll just whoop him in the head. Limit his options. Now this may seem like a waste, but it is removing some cover. I mean, it cuts both ways, doesn't it? It's things that would have been in the sniper's way, but it's things that are also in my way.
Taking aim.
I really just wanted the accuracy buff there.
Activating scanner.
Okay, what are you gonna do? One sniper. Shoot through a tree. 6 damage remaining. There's no way to tell those sorts of things, like how many hit points a destructible piece of the terrain has. Oh! He has a backup pistol. I was not expecting this. Ah, tried to move. Rookie mistake. What is Shawalter? I know that's a reference to something. I've seen that somewhere. But I just can't remember what it is. Citizen Eileen, would you like to do the honors and kill your former comrade? Thanks for helping us invade your own faction's headquarters. Really appreciate it. Okay, she reaches level 4. Good on her. Oh, so close, Jacob. 2 more points. So we can multi-class Eileen. The successful recovery of the research data has slowed down the Pure's advancement, but has also strained relations between the Phoenix Point and Synedrion. Additionally, we've received official communications from Tobias West, suggesting it's in our interest to share the recently obtained knowledge. So threatening. Our secrets are our own. That's hey, Phoenix Rising team. I found another bug. Let's take a screenshot. Oh, so it didn't really hurt us that much. I guess it would they'd be really angry if we turned around and gave it to New Jericho. I do want this. I want it badly. Probably does want deploy decoy. Is the mass deploy a specialist infiltrator? Yeah, it's a 3rd row. Oh, that's sad. I really wanted that. I wanted that. So she'll definitely want to deploy decoy then. Okay, so you're gonna go back and recover. Yep, you're just arbitraging. You're exploring. I really moved you over here so you wouldn't it's under construction. I need some food. I don't mean that in real life, I mean in the game. Like, I need to feed my troops. go over there. You're going to explore. So I've got 3 void omens going on at the moment. That's you guys getting back here to heal. You are healed and rested. Okay, now you're fully healed and rested. Grand Theft Auto. What mission even is that? Don't remember. And I don't have a way to catch things at the moment. Let's go have a look at that. Cool. Get some materials. New recruits. Let's check them out. Sniper with hard labor and shotgun proficiency. And squatter. That is a lot of extra strength. Can't recruit him anyway, so... Is that 4 for 6? Doesn't seem fair. Pandoran Citadel somewhere in the world. Yeah, I really need to activate more bases. A subspecies of shield bearer. Yep. Evolved specifically to counter machine gun and shotgun damage. Reports indicate that a few of these have been enough to dispatch entire squads of soldiers equipped with standard and substandard weapons. If encountered, retreat is strongly recommended. Yeah, I mean, it is pretty tough, isn't it? Except for the legs. And you have 10, the arms. Fireworms. And melee legs. And a citadel. Scylla Xenagos. What do you do? Just bash things. This should not be a 1 AP attack. It's not fair. That is not fair. The most lethal specimen of Acheron. Cause humans to go insane, temporarily blind, or goo. Delirium Cloud, I guess, is what they're talking about. Goosebray, Delirium Cloud, Confusion Cloud, Corrosive Cloud, Co-Delirium, Mind Control Immunity, 1200 hit points.
Research complete.
There's my cannon. Harmony's mission. Most havens started as shelters or military installations, but Harmony was a music school. Before the Pandora virus, James O'Hearn was a pianist and music teacher. When things fell apart, he and his students transformed the school into a fortress, more out of necessity than choice. But slowly their community grew, and O'Hearn became its leader. O'Hearn has a mixed reputation. Some say he's a sweet, kind man who cares about his people. Others say he's a sociopath who cares about nothing but power. The one thing that's certain is that music is the core of his beliefs. Music plays constantly in the Haven, even at night, and his compositions are played at tri-weekly services. The Haven has a good relationship with the disciples of Anu, and many of his students believe Ahern's music will bring them closer to the dead god. Ahern welcomes our operatives into the Haven. He's friendly and humble. I wanted to hire you, I suppose, for a mission? That's how this works, right? He says. I'm afraid it'll seem quite absurd, but if I pay you, it should be okay, right? I want you to return something to me. A little bit of sheet music, that's all. Something I wrote a long time ago for someone. Someone who's no longer with us. In this world, anyway. Could you do that for me, if I provide the coordinates? I know where it is, but I can't send one of my students. They're simply not up to such a task. Sure, why not? He claps his hands together. Wonderful! I thought you'd say no, honestly. It's a silly thing to ask for, I know. But music connects us to the cosmos. It's the language of creation. And I suppose it has a value that can't quite be put into words. Okay, how did he lose sheet music in Antarctica?
The New Jericho Haven is under attack.
Where? I have a team there. Give me that food. Not a good exchange rate, but give it to me. Always be arbitraging. Oh yeah, this is to get the Legacy of the Ancients weapons. Oh, I need to build a archaeology lab at some point. We have come up with a simple plan to obtain the NG Plus weapon systems research without prejudicing our relations with New Jericho or drawing their attention to the value of the data in their possession. Your team will be inserted outside the operational perimeter and proceed to the objective on foot. After obtaining a copy of the data, they will steal an armored vehicle from the garrison and make their getaway in it. They will subsequently abandon and destroy the vehicle. We'll present the facts to New Jericho as a raid by an unknown third party. As long as we can maintain plausible deniability, our relations with New Jericho should not be affected. Do I want to start this yet? Okay, Haven under attack. Yeah, I just don't think I want to start that yet. I'm not in a rush. Not in a rush. Sussing out the team. Sussing out the team. Not super interested in any of these, to be honest. Do I have a heavy weapon for this guy? I do not. He can't really carry one anyway. But I would really like him to. Why does he have so little carry weight? I guess because he doesn't have particularly high strength. This is actually a ability he probably wants to have, but he also probably... Oh, Sower of Change. not as important, but both of these. So yeah, I'll just wait for now to try and get those. Don't have access to Technician to multi-class you yet. But anything, she should have a grenade launcher. I don't think I have another grenade launcher though. So let's just pop back out quickly, add that to the manufacturing queue. I mean, I could just stooge this and transfer it. I'm reasonably happy with you guys at the moment. I think I want to get ready for action and troublemaker for you. I would love to get this, and then I could have a personal defense weapon and probably a heavy weapon as my loadout. Nope. Let's roll. Hey guys, if you're still watching up to this point, I guess it's safe to say this video has done something for you. So why don't you be a legend? Head down there, smash that like button. If you do, here's to you. If you want to make sure you don't miss any more videos in this series, click up there to subscribe. If you just want to jump straight into some more videos, click over there. Otherwise, you all stay brilliant. Gonna catch you real soon.